How much money are you losing by not franchising your business? Part 3. This is John Hayes with FranchiseMastermind.com, continuing to put a new spin on an old topic. What's it going to cost to franchise my business? And we've seen those numbers. It could be less than $40,000. It could be more than $150,000. In an earlier video, I told you that my take on that is it's probably going to cost you in the range of $100,000. That initial investment might pale in comparison to the money that you will potentially lose by not franchising your business and taking advantage of the 6 critical issues that I'm talking about in this video series. In the previous segment, I talked about the importance of creating a series of systems for your business, the systemization of your business, and I talked about Michael Gerber's terrific book, The E-Myth, which I think every business owner, it ought to be requisite reading for anybody who wants to start a business. But today, the second critical issue that I'm going to talk about is market penetration. How well are you going to capture your share of the marketplace with your business? Now, when I was growing up in the 1950s and 1960s, I grew up in Ohio. It was a beautiful little town called Dover. It still exists today, and it's still a great place to raise a family. It's south of Akron and Canton. And in Dover, Ohio, in the 50s and 60s, Mary Zeifer owned the pizza marketplace. Mary had a little shop in the back of her home on Tuscarawas Avenue, which was right down the street from our school and right up the street from our home. And there might have been other pizza shops in Dover. I'm sure there were, but I didn't know where they were because Mary's was the only one we knew about. It was within walking distance of the school and our home, and a short drive from our home if we wanted to go pick up a pizza on Friday night and bring it home, or Saturday night, as many, many families did. Mary Zeifer's was extremely popular and a fantastic pizza. You can't get a good Mary Zeifer's pizza maybe anywhere in the world outside of Italy today. You certainly can't get one that good in even Dover, Ohio anymore. Mary Zeifer's has been closed the original Mary Zeifer's closed for a long time. So Mary had the only pizza shop of her kind in Dover, Ohio, and did extremely well, I'm sure. But what happens today if you do extremely well in a business and you're a solo operator, you're a mom and pop operation, you're the only one of your kind in the marketplace? What's going to happen? Well, copycatting. This happens around the world. Somebody sees that you're doing well operating a particular kind of business. They're going to put a little different spin on it, call it something else, maybe something close to yours, maybe something entirely different from yours, and they're going to open across the street and compete with you, and there goes a big chunk of market penetration that used to belong to you. In franchising, or by franchising your business, you can protect yourself and you can protect your share of market penetration. Because if Mary had opened 3 or 4 more pizza shops throughout Dover and maybe neighboring cities, if she had had a half dozen pizza shops, maybe 20, 40 pizza shops in the county, Mary would have dominated the take-home pizza market without a doubt, because her product was so good and her brand awareness was so good. Brand awareness is what I'm going to talk about in part 4 of this video series. But just sticking again for a moment with market penetration, this is critically important that you understand there's only so much money that's going to be spent on pizza, only so much money that's going to be spent on your particular product or your service. So if you're the only one in that marketplace, nobody competing with you, maybe you do dominate, particularly if you do a good job. What happens when the competition moves in, and what happens when franchised competition moves in? As Mary found out, franchise competition is quite a foe, quite a competitor. Are you going to be able to compete with the franchises when they move in to dominate the marketplace? Or how much money are you going to lose by not having systems, and again, by not being able to successfully penetrate the market to capture and keep your share of the marketplace? Very difficult to do when you're a solo operator or a mom and pop business. Point 2, market penetration. This is John Hayes with FranchiseMastermind.com and HowToBuyAFranchise.com. Look for part 4 of this continuing video series when I'll talk about brand awareness.